talk moment tonight, man. I want to talk about something that's needed, very needed. Topic I'm talking about today is lust, man. If you're like me, many of you grew up and you were introduced to certain stuff. You were introduced to a whole lot of stuff that you shouldn't been introduced to. And it's like going through those phases of life, you see that it has a long lasting effect on your mental capacity. Dealing with lustful thoughts and lustful desires. And what happened is, it says in the Bible, in the Songs of Solomon, 8, chapter 8, verse number 4, it says, I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, that ye not stir up or awaken love before it's time. Don't awaken love before it's time. Many teenagers fornicating. Many adults still fornicating. Still fornicating because of the past. Whether you've been violated or violated somebody. Real talk tonight, man. 'Cause there's so many people dealing with this, wrestling with this stuff. And I remember going through my phase, being introduced to porn at like 7, 8 years old. And those images just stuck in my mind through the years. And with me not knowing Christ, those thoughts festered and they grew. They grew bigger and bigger and bigger because the introduction of those things led me down a path to always keep them in rotation in front of my eyes and ears. So the music was degrading, talking about women, calling them B's and H's out of their name. Then that stuff I watched on TV, cats don't want to be 100, but HBO late at night, you seeing basically porn on that growing up. So I would always seek out those things that keep feeding me. I didn't know Christ. I didn't know about deliverance, didn't know about restoration, didn't know about any of this stuff, man. So I just kept feeding the animal or the beast within, kept giving him his daily dose of what he wanted. Just constantly watching it, constantly consuming it, from masturbation to fornication and just switching women, just constantly seeking pleasure and never fulfilling it. Didn't know Christ, man. I didn't know him. And doing those things, some of you people probably can relate to what I'm about to say. You meet Lilith, incubus and succubus, night wives and husbands entering into your room, paralyzing you in the middle of the night. Became so horrible in my life that they became regular visitors in my bedroom. I didn't understand it. I didn't know about the spirit realm like that. So I didn't know how to fight them. But honestly, God used that to lead me to him. Well, he allowed that to happen. Well, I don't even say he allowed it to happen. I introduced myself to that, and God used that and drove me to him. Because as they began to come in and choke me out and paralyze me, feel like I'm strapped down to the bed, I began to call on the name of Jesus, even when I didn't know him. Began to call out the name of Christ, even when I didn't know him. And many of people walking around today are battling the same thing. They battling the same lust, same perversion. You don't know how to get free of it because you have awakened love before it's time. You have awakened the love before it's time, man. I'm telling you, man, I want to rally the troops. I want boys to get free from this stuff, and girls too, from coming to Christ, restoration, healing, deliverance, being really set free, not fumbling, stumbling in this stuff, man, going back to the same pit, going back to the same thing over and over and over and over and over. You just keep going through this vicious cycle and don't know how to break it, man. Don't know how to be set free from it. And I found myself not being able to be set free from it. But the Lord set me free, man. And I want people to be set free. Y'all know what this is. If you want to be set free, come to Christ, the wheelhouse. Peace.